and I want to confirm to you that what was a bill is now an act of parliament called the Anti-Homosexuality Act 2023. When you carry out acts of homosexuality through force or duress or undue influence, then the law defines that as aggravated homosexuality. And what is the punishment? The maximum punishment is death. So when you commit aggravated homosexuality, the law says you shall be liable to suffer death.
I want to congratulate the honorable members of parliament on your stand on the Ebitingwa. That's what the Banyankwere call what they call homosexuals. It is good that you rejected the pressure from the imperialists. And this is what I told them. Whenever they come to me, I say, you please shut up. I congratulate you for making this very strong stand. And I congratulate all the other Ugandans, the bishops, the other religious people and the citizens. Europe is lost. So they also want us to be lost. But in order to fight, we must be patriotic. If we are parasitic in mind, a mind of a parasite, there's no way you can fight. That's how you become a prostitute. Because you fear to sacrifice, you fear difficulties. Somebody says, I will give you money if you become a prostitute. Those who like easy life end up as prostitutes. And that's what they want us to be. They want Africa to be prostitutes. Do what we don't believe in because we want money. To be attracted to all these beautiful women here and elsewhere, and you are attracted by a man. That's a very serious matter. It means there's something really wrong with you. So for me, in my simple way, I thought they must be born like that. What is attracting you in a man? A man to a man. So that's why I did sign the that's choose to love a man when you are a man. Imagine. So my original argument, because my original sympathy was these people were born like that, but we are now being told, say, no. Even the people I was talking to in the West, in the end they told me that there is no scientific basis for homosexuality, that it is all a matter of choice. Really? So when I was fighting a wrong war. Because for me, I thought they must be born like that. How can you leave something good and you go for something so bad? You must be having a problem. So now I'm told, no, you are wrong. That this is a choice. I have had very important people saying that this is a matter of choice. That it doesn't matter whom you choose to love. That a man can choose to love a fellow man, that sexual orientation is a matter of choice. Since my original thesis that there may be people who are born homosexual has been disproved by science, then the homosexuals have lost the argument in Uganda. They should rehabilitate themselves, and society should assist them to do so. I thank you. I can have 5 questions and then we conclude from the press.
He had the lady at the extreme end. So can we start? Please, pass the microphone around. You can also interested to have another 3, especially from the international media. From the international media. Okay, there's some lady.
Okay,
including him. So can we start?
Hello. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I'm called Samuel Okrol Egadu. I report for Chingwa News Agency. I just wanted to ask you a question. You've signed this bill. How is it going to affect your relation with the Western countries, since most of them had already threatened to withdraw aid to Uganda as a result of this bill? Thank you.
What is your religion? Oh, you are some sort of Christian. Now, you remember the story of Esau. Esau, the brother of Jacob, who sold his birthright for a morsel of food. Now, Uganda is not like that. My argument on this issue was not, I was not bearing in mind the outsiders. Although I don't mind having friction with them, but once we are convinced that this is the... For me, I was not refusing to sign because of the outsiders. It was because I feared, I didn't want to be unfair to people who are born like that. That was my... Because even before colonialism, there were a few homosexuals here. There are some names which I mentioned of people here before Europeans came here. So that's why I thought maybe there could be those who are born like that. But now that we are sure that that's not the case, then the outsiders cannot dictate to us. This is our country, this is our society, it is our future, it is not anybody's future. And the outsiders will have to live with us, or if they don't want, they take their aid and we shall. Uganda is very rich, we don't need aid. In fact, aid is part of the problem. And I have looked at the figures. Like for instance, our people who are taking ARVs, and the test for, because some of the groups are helping us in AIDS. We are not spending so much money on the AIDS. We are concentrating on the roads, and these friends were supporting the AIDS programs. Now, of course, some of that money for aid is for cham. They just bring it to eat it here. It's not really effective. Some of that aid is just charm. They give to NGOs. Charm means eating. This is our language. Some of you who don't know our language. They give it to NGOs, so all these fellows. But the core programs of, for instance, ARVs for our sick people, and the testing kit, the figure is about 350 billion shillings, and we can't fail to get that type of money to save our children. We shall have to cut from other areas and treat our sick people.
Yeah, can you have the second one? Let us be brief and... Yes, madam.
But I would advise our friends from the West not to make this an issue, because the more they make it an issue, the more they will lose, because we shall move away and do our own things.
Yeah, madam, let's have your question.
President Zane Virgie, CNN, the West. They do make it an issue, They have been making it an issue for many months now. Many in the international community are saying that by your signing of this bill, you're taking Uganda a step backwards, that you are not protecting the freedoms and the rights and the choices of the Ugandan people. So how do you respond to that? And specifically, President Obama has said he was deeply disappointed by Uganda's move and says that it would complicate US-Uganda relations. I've listened to everything that you've said in the statement. So how would you respond to that? And does it worry you? And have you spoken directly to President Obama about this?
Well, we have been disappointed for a long time by the conduct of the West, the way you conduct yourselves there. But we just keep quiet. We just see how you do things, how the families, how they are organized, in all these things. We see them, we keep quiet. We never comment because it's not our country. Maybe you like it. So, since there is now an attempt at social imperialism to impose social values of one group on our society, then our disappointment is now exacerbated because we are sorry to see that you live the way you live. But we keep quiet about it. Now you say we must also live like us. That's why we say no. We say no. And am I worried? Not at all. We should be worried about what? Because to tango needs two people to dance. If the West doesn't want to work with us because of homosexuals, then we have enough space here to live by ourselves and do business with other people.
Yes, Dick, and then we go to Catherine Biarhan.
There is Bairunga. I want to hear Bairunga.
Catherine, you can come forward.
Your Excellency, you talk about...
When will your BBC pronounce your name well, please?
I don't know. Your Excellency, you talked about the scientific report that was presented to you by these scientists in front of us. They didn't say that homosexuality was abnormal. They said there were a range of reasons why somebody could be homosexual. There are genetic reasons as well. So you can't dismiss that somebody could be born homosexual. So isn't this just a political bill? It's nothing to do with science.
No. The report says, first of all, you know that many of our homosexuals are actually mercenaries. They are heterosexual people who just become homosexual just because of money. They are prostitutes.
But how do we prove that? Is there
no. Let's first. That's the biggest category here. These are prostitutes for money. They are normal people. They are just recruited because of economic hardships. They go into that. Now, the other smaller category, which I was defending, their conclusion is there is no single example of a purely nature-driven homosexual. Yes, there could be some association. Some of those studies showed that there could be some association with the genetics, but the people who grew up in certain environments are the ones who eventually became homosexuals. While the same identical twins, the children from the same egg, from the same ovary, same ovum, what they call monozygotic